Hey, what's up, guys? Gonna be giving on my last build for the demon. So this one's actually my favorite. Puppeteer's been my favorite from day one. I've had the most losses on him, but it's not much, guys. It's only like 4 or 5. Generally, it's not even on this build. I only took 1 L with this exact build. But I'm actually gonna include some gameplay in this as well, just because I feel Puppeteer plays like a lot different. Well, I'll just say a lot, but you definitely play different than the other two. You don't just want to do portals, possess, attack, rinse and repeat like you would Warlord and Necro. So what we're going to get into here is what exactly the build is, and then what's really important, what you need, and why. So first things first, we want the lightning. We want our elites to have max damage. We want the range 2 or 3. Then we want the full health on the elites. It may not look like much to 15, but look what happens when you power possess. You're going to have 45, 5, 5. So it's going to end up stacking with that. So it's really important we get that elite health up. Next, we want prison rules. This is actually going to stack with Kandarian Fury. So this is really going to help out Elagos, guys. Without this, Elagos isn't really going to be hurting survivors that much. She's more of like a nuisance than strong. And then this, the double explosion is very important. Ever since I started running this kind of changed my life as Puppeteer. It may not seem that big, but this really annoys survivors. When they get into chaotic fights, there's basics everywhere. This is going to hit them. It's going to take damage. And then Relentless Evil, this is like a must. It's been a must from day one with Puppeteer. This is going to take 30 seconds off the power possession. So this is massive. This is like the most time you can take off a cooldown. This is 100% massive because power possessing is super important. It's major for him. So again, we want health on basics too. This isn't really going to help the ads or the AI, but early game, if you need to possess a basic or your power possess is gone, you just need to L1 into a basic. This will help them keep them alive a little bit longer. They're normally very fragile, so this 30% helps a lot. And again, if you end up power possessing one, you're going to stack it with all the health that you see on the left side, so very important as well. Invigorating possession, this is what's going to help your economy. As you can see, I do none of the economy on the bottom. It's not really worth it, guys. I'm not even sure if their general even works. It doesn't, I don't know, it's very random. So that's really going to help a lot with your energy. And then what we need on the right side is we're going to run max damage for the elites. So power possess, max damage, plus you get the extra health off that. Full damage on just the elites as well. That'll help with AI. And then Kandarian Fury is massive, guys. That is huge. That's going to work for any unit you possess except for survivors. It's really easy to get. You just got to stay in for a little bit. You're going to get 20% extra damage, so it's massive. And then as you can see, if you look at the build, then again at the bottom, get your test of time, guys. That 35% is really going to slow down the objective. So that's huge. It's the biggest stall as far as the test of time goes compared to Warlord Necros. That's massive. And then the reason you guys don't see any fear is not competitive, guys. I'm sorry, it stinks. You know, fear's cool, like power. Possessing survivors seems like the coolest thing. That's what separates Puppet. But unfortunately, guys, the good teams, fear isn't going to do much, okay? The hunters are all going to drop their guns. You're not going to catch them slipping. The warriors are even going to drop their melee. The good teams are going to take over a warrior. You're just going to have fists, guys, okay? It's brutal. And then not only that, but the good teams know how to manage the fear very well as well. So they'll find like a little firefly in the grass, stand in it in an objective. They won't get feared up. They'll have their fire. They'll have other ways of taking care of it, like Sash. Maybe even drink colas with Cheryl once they see someone get it up. So the good teams, fear is really not an issue. It's nice for the experience if it works, but most of the time, the guys, it's not what's gonna like change games. So yeah, this is definitely the best Puppeteer build. Most people are running like all types of fear, running lots of the bottom row. Like, it's not competitive, guys. It stinks. It sucks. I know. I wish it wasn't that way either. You know, I'm not sure exactly what they can do about it. I always figured, like, once someone gets feared up, like, lock their inventory for, like, 5 seconds, something like that. You know, I wouldn't say take away no gun dropping, and definitely don't go psycho on people for dropping the guns. I know we have the streamers who cry about that, but that's absolutely ridiculous, guys. Like, these people just want to win 100% of the time, and they want people to have no counters to anything. So definitely keep dropping your guns. Leave it to developers to see if maybe they can lock the inventory. If they're not going to change it, it's cool, fine. Puppeteer is still strong like this. So I'm actually going to include some gameplay as well. I got home from like a 12-hour shift, so like saw this video coming all late, so I didn't even play that good in this game. But you guys have to play Puppeteer different. Like, a lot of the reasons you're going to hear people like been crying Puppeteer is weak, Puppeteer needs a buff, Puppeteer was terrible for so long. He never was terrible, guys. He was not that bad. The only thing was he plays differently. Okay, so Warlord Necro is a rinse and repeat, and they're very similar. right? It's place, portal, possess, attack. Place, portal, possess, attack. Okay, Puppeteer, you gotta start thinking of him different. Okay, he's basically the trap demon. Like, his specialty is the traps and getting the elites out the traps. So you have to play him very, very differently. So here I'm gonna have a game. Shout out to these guys, really good game. I played absolutely terrible. They pretty much won. They probably should have won because I made so many mistakes. This isn't exactly the best video because I literally don't even fire off the rip. But as you can see too, like if you look at the bottom left, this is something developers should work on too. I should know right away they're in the castle. So like you've seen their fear go up a little and then you went right back down. So what that means is more than likely they spawned in the castle, like in the center, and then they just walked into the buildings. So on this map, it's actually extremely easy to tell where they are just by the fear. So if you, when the game starts, you see their fear skyrocketing, they're more than likely down south, okay? Just go right to the bottom. If you see their fear like that, like it kind of starts, it goes away, that means they're probably in the castle. And then if they have like no fear whatsoever, that means they're probably up in the windmill or up in the village in the top left. So that's something besides cars that developers should work on, because the majority of the time I say I can guess where it is. Like I said, I was like half asleep, so you see me just wasting all this time not finding them, not really getting XP. So terrible start for me. And then I'll talk about some of the pros and cons with Puppeteer, because he does have a lot of cons. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's by any means a stretch the strongest demon, but I'm not going to tell you he's super weak and super terrible. There are moments he is stronger than Warlord and Necro. So pretty much, again, like what you guys got to realize is when you play him, you're not really going to be placing portals, okay? You shouldn't really be like putting basic portals down. You shouldn't really be putting elite portals down. What you really want to do with him is what I call like living off the land. So pretty much, you don't want to spend any money on portals. You want to get all your units out traps and use any of the random like AI units around you. So I kind of call like living off the land because, you know, it's like hunt and gathering. But this is, you know, something that I believe why a lot of the people, especially at launch, that Puppeteer suck was weak, was they just kept trying to play them like Warlord and Necro. They're placing these portals that are crazy expensive, L1ing into the creature, which is crazy expensive, and then having no energy and getting ripped right out of it. You can't do that, guys. Like, Puppeteer is different, okay? So first things first, you always want to go traps tier 3, okay? He's the only demon that this is like a must. This is a requirement. And then right there, like we can get into like a major con. So Ed completely counters Puppeteer, guys. So I know melee is obviously like his main counter, can really mess him up too, but Ed destroys Puppeteer way more. Like if there's a good Ed on the other team and you have no traps, then yes, I agree, you will feel very powerless with Puppeteer. Okay, and that stinks. One character can kind of hard counter him, but it's just the way it is, guys. So pretty much how you want to play your puppet is get your tier 3 traps ASAP, and then like right here, watch. I have no portals. I haven't unlocked them. I don't even care to unlock them at this point. I'm just gonna live off the land. All right. So I see the Kelly here. I see the ad here. Boom. Let's just grab the free ad. I don't even need a portal. Why do I need a portal? Bang. Power possess it. Living off the land. Look at my energy, it's still full, okay? Other people that, like, you know, are going to tell you Puppeteer's weak, blah, blah, they'll go right into basic portals, and they'll start spending all their money on basics. And honestly, I feel like the developers actually intended Puppeteer to kind of be like this, you know, live off the land, don't use portals, but, you know, so many people cried, you know, so they had to actually work with the basics, make the basics a little stronger for everyone, so people can actually play them a little more similar to other ones, because for whatever reason, people hate to learn, people hate to change. They want all the demons to play the same, just play portal, possess, attack. Alright, so yeah, as we're going here, we just come after the Kelly. Always do this, guys. Anytime you possess anyone, always run them into a trap, right? And then another pro tip is, say you do get someone feared up, there's traps near them, don't possess them. I'm terrible at R1s. I'm by far the worst R1 demon in the entire game. By far. Like I'm like a -5 at that stuff, by the way. I miss every single one. So yeah, so pretty much they got all 3 pieces. Terrible start on my part. I'm barely leveled. I don't even got a basic portal. I just got the elite. Going through the zone right now. So this is when Puppeteer can actually be stronger than Warlord and Necro. So this isn't the perfect example, but you guys will get objectives where there's like 10, 15 traps, okay? Or it's in an area where it's very congested and there's just traps everywhere. what happens with the when you trap that much is survivors are going to start running into all of them, guys. So you're going to have massive amounts of elites popping out, okay? And then the elites, they may even clone themselves, adding even more. And then I'm telling you, it gets absolutely insane. If they trigger like 6, 7, 8 traps, you threw down like your own elite trap, power possessed it, and now it's like you and 6, 7 elites, it gets scary out there, guys, okay? I've seen the lightning just bang, 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 just hit again and again. And then it's really fun too, like say you possess someone, the lightning hits bang, now all of a sudden you can get free headshots. So I'm telling you guys, in certain objectives, certain zones, if it is heavily trapped and there is like no good ed, like Puppeteer is crazy strong, guys. Like he is nowhere near as weak as people want you to believe. But again, it's contingent on things. So yes, he can be worse, completely understandable, but you also have to understand he can be very powerful as well. So yeah, basically with this game, I was super far behind. I screwed up. I went the wrong way. Looking back on it, it was super obvious they were in the castle. I don't know why I went to the bottom. I think I seen a little fear. Just went there. So right now, at this point, I'm just kind of grinding XP. I know this is going to be easy for him. I'm probably not going to get any downs, whatever. But if I can just get any sort of XP, that's all I'm good with. So yeah, then I see like a lot of people too, like saying, "Oh, the lightning's dumb. You never hits. It never hits. It never hits." It does hit, guys. Like if you time it right, or you do in certain situations, and then especially if you got a ton of basics around that are like popping that max self-destruct with the range and damage, like you're gonna hit. And then guys, you don't have to just stick like the elite in the middle of an objective, in the middle of the survivors, and they're all just looking at you, and then as they're looking at you, you hit square, right? Like you can use the elites like a flute, guys. Like if there's a building, put them up in the building, start sniping. Like that range on the lightning is far, and the cooldown with the power possess is only 8 seconds, so you're gonna get it back quick. So it's like use some ingenuity sometimes, guys. If there's somewhere you can hide it, do that. Like snipe it. Like it goes like through multiple houses. It goes through multiple levels. If you're in one, like say you're in dead end, they're in one building, you can put yours in the next building upstairs and start sniping from upstairs. Like they're not even going to hear you getting the lightning off, right? It's just going to start hitting, right? Another pro move you can do with the elites as well with Puppeteers is set a bunch of traps and then just stand over the trap, right? Like stand over the trap and just keep spamming your lightning, right? Like they're probably going to come running at you. The melee bros are probably going to try and hurt you and hit you with the melee at that point, and then boom, all of a sudden they run over the trap, bang. And then what do? You just sprint out of there, you do a little crazy alien run, you run and you stand over your next trap, right? So you just constantly stand over trap, hit lightning, stand over trap, hit lightning. I'm telling you, like, you will hit the lightning with that. Like, as they come running at you, they'll bang, hit the trap, your lightning will go off, and boom, you will hit them. And Puppeteer can do, like, massive amounts of damage, guys. Like, you can drain the colas pretty quickly from the survivors. Like if they come into that very trapped objective area and they start triggering all those traps, you're in a power possessed elite and starts the lightning hitting off, that max self-destruct hitting, like Puppeteer will pump out the damage on survivors. Like he will drain the coals very quickly. I have definitely won a ton of Puppeteer games like that never went to the book against like good teams, just because it when it works well and it's going good, it will drain the coals, I promise you guys. So again, I was super far behind at this point, made super big mistake, whatever. Also, you'll notice here, like, I didn't flip one car. Like, if I would have stopped to flip one car, I'd be so far behind on XP, it's absolutely ridiculous. So, pretty much we're just going to sit in the zone. You just want to do trap as much as possible. Again, as many traps as possible. And really, you just want to make sure you can get as many elites as possible. And then as far as the upgrade tree, I know this isn't the exact best like game to show it off because, you know, they got the objective so quick. But again, you want to go tier 3 traps first. You want to get the possession next. And then you want to work on the elites. And then, you know, just one in basic, whatever, just to get it. But yeah, getting the traps first is massive important. And then possession as well. Because again, guys, you should only be placing portals, basics, elites in objectives. You shouldn't really have to be placing them anywhere else. Like the only time you should be doing that is if they have like a super good ed who's just popping all your traps and it's impossible to get like a free unit of the trap. But you know, that's rarely happens. And then, you know, obviously what you can do is try and counter that. is, you know, once he turns his flashlight on, just chill for a second and use the basics that are around the map. Maybe throw down a portal, whatever, but, you know, obviously try and wait it out as much as possible. So again, here we're just gonna go through here, get all the traps down as much as possible. Get the boss upgraded as well. And then basically, again, guys, like, how you're gonna win with Puppeteer is just power possessing these elites, okay? These are your bread and butter. So that's what also makes him different. Like the elites on Necro, elites on Warlord, like this is what really makes Puppeteer different. Like at launch, the basics on Elite or on Puppeteer are terrible. So yeah, they definitely needed the buff they got. But there's still nothing like crazy, guys. Like I see everyone trying to do the basic rush, put all their points into basic damage, and yeah, I get it, but like that's not that hard. Like the basics aren't that big of an issue. It's like really good teams. Like the balance bar isn't that high. Even though you see 30% on the health, they start with like the lowest. So like it's not really that much. The only time they're even gonna have like any decent health is if they're power possessed. But again, guys, this is why Puppeteer is different, and this is why a lot of people are struggling with Puppeteer. A lot of people are crying that he's not good, and a lot of people can't pull it off. So like right here's a good example. Like you get the lightning, I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna chill right by the trap. Boom, thank you. Right, and if I was power possessed, I'll be able to get another one. And then if I had more traps, again, what I would do is just run right to the next trap, hit lightning again. So if you could look, I got my max possession, max boss. So I'm not really sitting that pretty at all. I got like 1 point in basic, like. But again, like you don't really need it. And then guys, look at the bottom. Like look how expensive these portals are. Like I get my basics at 1, but look at the elite. It's 140. Like look at my energy. It's 250. Like you guys got to learn to live off the land. And I know a lot of demons have been adjusting and actually doing that lately since the basic rush update, and they're probably not even aware that they're doing it. But even with Necro Warlord, like you can't really, if you catch them early, you can't just spam those portals anymore and possess. This is kind of the same thing that you have to do if you want a basic rush now, and you can still basic rush. You just got to play it like this, guys. Like get the traps, get the random eyes, and you know, that's how you're going to get your units, guys. If you're just spending portal after portal, it's not going to work. And especially like Puppeteer at launch, like I just watch all these people like place the basic portal, there goes 90% of the energy, they hit L1 on it, there goes everything but 2%, and now they can only chill in it for like 5 seconds till it's gone, and they go, wow, Puppeteer sucks. Well, no, Puppeteer doesn't suck. You're just trying to play it like Warlord and Necro, and you're not learning, and you're not even trying to change. Okay, you're not understanding that he has a different playstyle. And then, like I said, like the best way to think of Puppeteer is like he's a trap demon. Like he excels from traps more than anyone. Like his lightning, his elites popping out the traps is gonna help more than anything. And then obviously, you know, the fear is nice, but again, like good teams, it stinks, guys. It really does. Like you're not gonna catch them slipping, okay? Like there's so many games where like you could have all 4 of them fear, but guess what? You possess them, it's just fist. And then again, I'm the worst L1er of all time. So if you guys want to leave in the comments like how bad on a scale of like -100 to -50 I am at R1ing, like go ahead, it's all good, yo. So again, behind on XP. I got enough colas and I think enough loot out of them at the smithy, so they had to like stop to loot up a little. So that was super good for me. That gave me actually time to recruit a little. What I should have done right here is if I could would just set the trap and then possess it. But this is how you should be possessing cars, guys, especially when they're on the move. You just get in it and you just chill. Okay, if you drive like a second drive into one, bang, it's like weird. The collision detection is going to take like all your energy, right? But if you just possess it, chill, let them hit you, it's just going to take way longer, and the car's going to be able to take more damage. So as you can see, I just possess it, chill. Like you don't need to flip these cars, guys. It's absolutely ridiculous that people are still doing this. There's so many videos and so much gameplay out there showing that it's not actually productive. All that it's doing is just nub stomping, okay? You're just beating up on people who aren't that good, don't know how to get around the map, and then I hear all the excuses of why people do it. Oh, they'll block the book. I never see people block the book, and guess what? If people want to block the book, they're going to block the book, okay? They're going to go drive to a different car, they're going to drive their friend to a different car, and you're not going to stop them. So when you do all this car flipping stuff, you're only punishing and hurting inexperienced players. You're only making the experience terrible for like newer players that know what they're doing, and you just look stupid to the experienced players. So it's like, just stop, guys. Anyone who's still doing that is demon, just stop. Like, you don't need to do it. Like I said, I took 2 L's on my stream the other day. My first loss is Necro Public, still on my stream. I don't delete my streams when I lose. You know, I'm not like certain someone who's scared of L's. So what I'm trying to say is, like, you don't really need to flip cars. In all my games, I've never felt the need like I had to do it, and I rarely do it. There's times I probably should even do it, but it's like, whatever, I don't really care. So anyway, back to the game. We're at the dark ones. Again, I have terrible aim. This should actually be like really easy for me to get these shots off, but whatever. Tired, playing like crap. This team's playing really good, so shout out to this team. These guys did fantastic. And then if you guys don't know, Elagos, when you hit that tier 5, has a massive cooldown, alright guys? Like massive. So what you want to do with him is always try and play him as much as possible, because even when he's gone, he's going to come back very quickly, okay? So when you get to the dark ones, if you can place him like right at the beginning of the dark ones, you're going to get him back for the book, like easy. So always try and get Elagos out as much as possible. And then right here, what I'm trying to do is actually just target the support, okay? So, like I was saying earlier, you can pump out a ton of damage with Puppeteer, right? So if you can start milking coals from them, again, I didn't do a very good job of preventing them from getting loot. I went the wrong way, even though I should have known better in the beginning. So right there, I'm just basically trying to get all the colas out of Pablo as much as possible. You can never tunnel the support. Best person to go for as always. So as you can see at the base, at the book as well, I got the proxy portals. Definitely cheese these dudes. Like, this shit's super stupid. Like, you know, this is dirty as heck. Like, I should not be able to go into the book. I should not be able to do this. Like, look, now they come over, right? Like, I'm Puppeteer and I got 10% off and the timer just started. So yeah, basically R2 spam away, and then guys, just so you know, this lightning will literally destroy this book. It'll do massive damage, and it'll actually do more damage when it hits more survivors around the book. So guys, if you're playing against Puppeteer and they're like hitting you with the lightning with the leads, like, get off the book, yo. Stay away from the book. Like, I know everyone's used to body blocking standing in front of it, but if that lightning hits and it hits like all 4 of you and you're all 4 body blocking on top of the book, it's gonna do massive damage. Like, watch, boom, like, look at that damage, because these people are doing the right thing. They're trying to body block, but it's not the right thing against an elite on Puppeteer. So yeah, we're just trying to work the book. These guys are doing a great job keeping me off. I'll probably miss R1. Oh my god, I hit 3 people. It's a miracle. Jesus Christ is real. So like, look, like I said, I played Elagos at the dark ones. I already got him back. So we're just gonna R2 on the book. And then this is something I think they should work on. I think this is really dumb. I don't like that Elagos can't just look at the book in R2. I hate that he like has to swing around it. It's really dumb. And then basically, look at that, boom. Look at that lightning damage on the book, guys. Like Survivor mains, you guys gotta understand the strat playing against this. You gotta get off the book. You don't want to sit there and body block when they start spamming the lightning, okay? You gotta get off it. And then obviously for Puppeteer mains, use that to your full advantage. You catch some body block and start ripping that lightning. Like, it's gonna mess them up good. And then basically we're gonna end the game right here. So this is always a good thing to do. You trick them with the portals. You put one on the right side, one on the left. Get into the second one. Look at that auto lock. That sucks. But as you can see, that's a great move to do, is just trick them. So put the one on the right and then get on the one on the left. They all look at the one. So yeah, so basically, guys, you know, Puppeteer is strong. He's very strong. Biggest takeaways, again, get the traps tier 3, get your possession up right away, and try not to play with portals, guys. Don't be placing basics and elites unless you're at objectives. Play off the traps, play off the random AI, and that's the best way to do it. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Enjoy your night as well. Thank you.